Welcome inside this advanced facility. Today we follow every major step, from ingredients to sealed packs.
Every batch begins with carefully checked ingredients, measured for consistency, texture, and flavor balance. These materials are transferred quickly so the line stays efficient from the very first loading step.
Before mixing starts, each component is organized in sequence for fast, accurate transfer into the line. Here, the ingredients are dosed with tight control, so every batch begins with the same measured foundation. Each material enters in a controlled order, helping the blend stay uniform before the heavy mixing begins. Once dosing is complete, the full recipe moves immediately into the main mixing chamber. The base mixture is loaded first, while the chocolate pieces are held back for a more even final distribution. The measured components are now locked in place and ready for the heavy blend that creates the dough base. This is where the base mixture transforms, building the structure that will hold the texture together.
The blend is monitored closely until the texture becomes stable enough for the next addition.
Now the signature inclusions are added at the right moment for even spread throughout the batch. With the chips distributed through the batch, the dough is almost ready to move into shaping. The batch is finished here and transferred forward for shaping it into the next part of the line.
The dough is flattened carefully here so the thickness stays even before each piece is formed.
At this stage, the sheet must stay smooth, balanced, and strong enough for precise shaping. Once the sheet is stable, it travels directly forward to the forming system for the next transformation. This overhead view shows how the sheet is controlled before it reaches the cutters that define each piece. The forming step must stay precise so every piece bakes evenly and travels smoothly into the oven. Here the sheet is transformed into individual rounds, all kept consistent for the baking stage ahead. From above you can see the spacing pattern that helps the oven treat each row evenly in the next section. The sheet is ready now, and the next section will shape it into the individual pieces moving down the line. Once shaped and spaced correctly, the pieces move straight toward the heat zone for the next major transformation.
The rows are checked one last time here before heat and airflow begin changing texture and color. Inside this tunnel, controlled heat begins setting the structure while the surface starts building its baked character. This is where time, temperature, and airflow combine to turn the soft dough into a stable baked piece.
As the rows advance, each zone builds more structure until the cookies are ready to leave the heat section. This full layout shows how the baking tunnel moves the rows from shaping into a stable baked form ready for cooling. Now the baked rows leave the heat zone and move forward so their texture can settle before final handling.
After baking, the rows must cool in a controlled way so the texture stays stable for inspection.
This cooling step helps the structure settle before the line checks shape, color, and surface quality. Once the temperature is reduced, the rows continue forward so each piece can be checked before packing.
From this view, you can see how cooling prepares the rows for the accuracy checks that come next.
Only the pieces that meet the standards continue forward into the final packing stages.
After inspection, the approved rows are grouped and guided into the packaging section to protect freshness. Here, the rows are enclosed quickly so freshness is protected before the packs move to final case handling. The sealed units now move into counted groups so they can be prepared for larger shipping cases. This layout shows how sealed packs are grouped efficiently before the larger cartons are completed. The sealed packs are now arranged into cases so the product can move safely into distribution. Now the finished cases are stacked securely so they can move efficiently into storage and shipping. Each stack is checked for stability and identification before it moves into the outbound flow.
From the warehouse, the finished loads head toward transport so they can reach stores in perfect condition.
This final shipping step moves the finished loads out of the facility and into the retail supply chain. From the production line to the store shelf, every step was designed to keep quality consistent all the way through.
And that is the complete factory journey. From the first ingredients to the final packed result ready for delivery.
Subscribe for more detailed factory tours and follow the next production story from start to finish.